All right, so we're recording our team call. So I wanted to just do a little team call. I actually had more content that I was going to plan today, but on our Team Arise call next week, Lisa is going to talk about a little bit more specifics around posting and sharing your story, which I don't know if you guys were on the team call this past week with Pablo. It was really good. Really, really good. So if you haven't listened to that yet, it was a long call. It was like over an hour. But he has a really good story, and he shared a lot of it wasn't so much technical as it was just really good, talking about being vulnerable. So, but if you did miss it, we're going to talk a lot of what he talked about. We're going to talk about more with in-depth stuff next week. So, Lisa Humphrey and I are doing the Jesse Regan Facebook ads training. I think actually Haley is too. And so I'm learning so much in this training. I love it. And so I wanted to, though, just start with some of the basics. You guys on this call right now probably know some of this already, but it's just a refresher and from some of the newer coaches. So this is just the basics around posting, and you guys share what you use so that we can make this collaborative too. So number one principle around posting and sharing on Facebook should be, sharing parts of your life, sharing your physical journey on a daily basis, whatever your program is, whatever your workouts are, making sure that people see you showing up. And so, that's kind of number one of the basics. Then, of course, sharing parts of your life, your family, whatever it is that you want to share about, if you have, you have a job that you like, or your hobbies, passions, whatever else, sharing different parts of your life, and then piecing in kind of like what it's like to be a challenger, what it's like to be a coach, sharing those things that have changed your life. It doesn't have to be full-blown, Isabel, stop. It doesn't have to be a full-blown story about everything that Beachbody or the groups or coaching, you have to wait, has done to change your life, but you can piece little things here and there. So like, for instance, I did a post, I don't know, like a week or two ago, like literally me sitting at my desk here with my back, like with my sweatshirt, Coach Life, and like just sharing like that this is part of being a coach, and sharing even like this, like doing a screenshot of us doing a phone call and sharing about the fact that we, are busy moms. Yeah, but we are sitting here and taking the time to, help better ourselves and our business. So, and you can do that from obviously your physical part too, like food prep, all that kind of stuff that you do. Most of you guys are all doing that already, but for any of the newer coaches that are going to watch this, so they know as well. Okay, so when you're posting, Isabel, stop.
My poster's not coming up.
Okay. When you're posting,
I always thought her name was just Izzy. I didn't know it was Isabel.
Isabel, that's because I never call her Isabel. Her name is Isabel, and we call her Izzy Busy Izzy, right?
Yeah.
Amy, I told Lorraine before, she's totally naked right now, so if you see a hiney, that's why. My kids hate clothes. So posting. So the quality of your pictures is really important. So how do you make sure that you have good quality pictures? Making sure that you are showing in your picture your face, showing in your picture, making sure that it's clear, making sure that it's not dark. So for instance, all of my pictures in my basement used to be super, super dark. And even still, I need to get a better spot to do my workouts because my basement like lights are like so bright that like I feel like it makes like this weird light glare, and I need to find a better spot. So I'm working on like playing around with where I'm doing my workouts for my videos and stuff. But so like lighting, you can obviously edit some of that. Isabel, go to daddy.
No.
Ronnie,
No.
I'm going to put you in your room. Can you please come occupy Isabel? Okay. Did you hear him? Hi, guys.
Hi, Ronnie.
Hi.
They said hi.
Hi.
Bye.
Okay. So making sure the quality of your pictures looks good.
I don't know. I was having a while where I felt like when I was going right from my camera roll and uploading to Facebook, I felt like my pictures were posting pretty blurry on Facebook. So now I like actually go into Facebook and I go to like add photo and then I pull it from my camera from there. I don't know. I know
they're actually
go ahead.
Yeah, sometimes I notice that too. Like it depends on the picture and like I don't know. There's something with some of the pictures. It definitely does that. And some of the apps, like I noticed sometimes if I use like two apps, like I use one app to edit the coloring and then another app for the words. Like I love Word Swag.
Yeah.
That's like my favorite for content, like the letters, because I love like the one font. But I love Aviary to do like filters. Those are my two favorite that I like. And then I recently started using my daughter, she just took my phone. I think it's
PicMonkey?
No.
Yeah. Yeah, I have it here.
Pick something app. Picture app. I'll get it. I'll tell you what it is, because that one is actually, it's more advanced. I didn't start with that because it's like
Play Post.
Yeah.
Like wait, hold on.
Oh no. I use that when I'm going to do like grid pictures, like before and afters.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what the other one is. It's a more advanced app. So like I didn't use it at first because I was like, I cannot figure this out. Like I'm not really tech person. So as I started to get better at it, I started adding stuff, because that one I like, you can actually add, like that's how somehow I add like the team reveal emblems to it. Because you can add a photo on top of a photo, like an overlay.
That's cool.
And so it's a little bit more advanced, but I'll share that as soon as I get my phone. I'll tell you guys which one that is. There's a setting, though, that you can do specifically. I know that you can change it on Facebook. When you go into, let me see if I can get it. Let me see here. Okay, let's see. I'm not going to be able to figure it out on a spot right now. I will figure it out, but there's a setting that you can change the quality of your pictures and your videos to HD. And that is probably why they're blurry versus not. Because I actually, like for instance, I posted that video last night initially that I made, and then it was like kind of blurry. And then I realized that I changed the setting. So it kind of automatically defaults to normal, and you have to change it to HD, and then the quality is like really good. And it'll change it like going forward permanently, but if you didn't change it originally, then it won't. So making sure the picture quality is good. I have this thing. I'm going to look it up. I got this with my, with my light that, oh my God, my light broke.
Oh no.
I'm so mad. So we have to call because I literally just touched it and it like stopped working. It like almost like a shock. I shocked it and it stopped working. So, but anyway, I think you can get these just for your phone too. These make such a huge difference. Like with the lighting, it really makes a huge difference in the quality. Like the flash on your phone is really not even that great compared to these. So I'll look that up and share that with you guys if you want. Okay, so anybody use any apps that they really love? I know I use
I use the word swag too and PhotoGrid.
PhotoGrid, yeah.
For like all my collages.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Those are pretty much the two I use.
Cool. So as far as like collages are concerned, so there's different schools of thoughts on collages. So as far as like I know like Rose always told us like don't do collages, especially when you're doing multiple pictures versus like one picture. I think if you're doing like two next to each other, or depending on the way the design of the collage looks, I think I've seen it and they're good. But the reason why is because when there's so many pictures going on in one picture, it doesn't give people like one specific focus. So unless they're really interested, they're going to like, it's not necessarily going to catch their eye. It's kind of going to be like a distraction almost. So when someone's like scrolling, there's so much going on in the picture that sometimes people just keep scrolling versus like really looking at like one solid picture that's like really good quality. I know when I first started, I did tons of collages because I felt like I couldn't pick. But I don't do a lot of collages now, and I really just focus on like one good quality picture. So, and if you look at all of like the top coaches, like most of them just do like one, and their pictures are just like really good quality pictures. PicMonkey is the best free editor if you're using your computer. It's really good. I do use it, especially when I do like my ad pictures and stuff. And now that I'm using my computer more often, I go in there, but it takes a little bit of practice, like how to get to use it quickly. So like for Tracy, I wouldn't recommend that you do that. Get used to what you're doing with your apps for now, you know. But if you are on your computer, you know, it's a good option, you know, to start doing that. And the pictures come out really good. She walked away, baby. Okay, so obviously posting at least once a day, that should be a given. You know, 3 to 5 for like 3 to 5 is considered like, I am on a phone call. You need to stop. Okay.
I need your phone.
Go get the iPad. It's done charging. I think if you are a newer coach, I think, you know, 1 to 3 is a good aim. You know, for me, 3 for a while was kind of like, felt like a lot. For me now, like I probably do 3 to 5, but I did not start that way and I didn't have that content. So don't, like, if you're at least posting 1 to 2, 1 to 3, I think that's fine. Consistency is really the most important thing. And obviously everything in the business is consistency, but why is posting pictures consistent? Because if you just disappear, and then people are going to stop paying attention to you. They're going to think that you're not consistent yourself, that you're not showing up. So even if you show up and you post the same, you know, type of picture, like your workout picture every day, that's better than not posting. But try to vary the content of your posts. So if you are posting the same picture in the same place with the same outfit, or the same angle of your face every time, vary it.
There's no light on the iPad.
Go ask Daddy. I don't know what you're talking about.
I need your
Try to vary like where in your house. And this is hard for me too, because like, you know, I try to make like where I'm taking the pictures, but I do have like, you know, you do, I think you think of taking pictures at certain times of the day on a regular basis. So that's why sometimes you take pictures in the same place, because it's like a part of your schedule. So, but try to vary where the pose, your facial expressions, you know, so that your content is more creative. Everybody knows posting schedules, like, you know, the most popular times of the day are probably, they vary. So does everybody know how to check, like to see how many people are on Facebook at the time? So if you're on your phone, you literally just like swipe to the left, and you'll see all of the people that are on like live, on like chat or available for chat, like on Messenger, and it will tell you other friends, and it'll give you a number. And that number means that's how many like people are on active at the time. So start paying attention, like before you post, you know, when are the people on, like how many you have, and notice like when it comes up and down and up and down. Like for me, between 8 and 9 p.m. is like the best time for moms. For me, after 9 p.m., I don't normally get as much movement on my post. Lunchtime posts are hit or miss depending on the day. Morning posts, I do not get a lot of movement on at all. Some people do. I never get a lot of activity on my morning posts, unless it's just like a rare post or video. So mornings are hard for me, probably because you're a mom and most of the people are friends with their moms and they're busy and they're getting out like they're not spending a lot of time on their phone. So, and weekends during the day, I actually get a lot of engagement if I ask questions. So I've been doing that like every weekend. Honestly, the last couple of weekends I asked legit questions because I needed help. But like the posts that I've had lately on the weekends, like asking questions, like literally like blown up with like 100 comments. It's like crazy, about like, you know, essential oils or, you know, other stuff. People like to help and give input. So I do that on purpose though, because throughout the weekend I get all this engagement. So all these people like and comment on my pictures, so that come Sunday night and Monday when I make my big posts, all those people are going to get my posts. They're going to see it, because when someone else likes and comments on your pictures or posts, they're going to get stuff that you post. It's like just the way that Facebook works. So if I have a really big post that I want to do, even though I know when I invite people, those posts do not get a lot of comments and likes, unless it's like a very emotional video or it's like a before and after that specifically does not say join my group. Those posts do not get as much likes and comments because it's asking people to do something. So they're less likely to like it, even though they're watching it, even though they pay attention to it, even though tons of people are seeing it. I just know when I first started, they got a lot of comments. Now they don't. So that's one thing too, is that like if you're putting out an invite and you don't get a lot of likes and comments on it, it's really, I know even still now, it's hard to like take it as like a reflection that people aren't paying attention to you. Because even I doubt sometimes. I'm like, ugh, I wasted a post. No one's paying attention to it. But like people are paying attention. They are looking, they are watching. And so sometimes you can't gauge that always depending on the type of posts. So just keep posting and keep inviting and keep commenting. On that team call that we had this past week, the guys suggested, like, when you're doing your invites, post them at different times of the day, like, because different people that are on at different times are going to see that. So even like, I almost always do my invites at night. So it actually made me think about that, like maybe posting it more towards after 9, even though I know there's not many people on, to try to get like a different type of people that don't normally see my stuff. Or posting like 5 o'clock, you know? So you gotta play around and figure that out yourselves. But definitely I would say go to see how many people are online at the time before you post. Because sometimes I'm about to post something really good and like there's no one online, so I'll wait and I'll check and I'll wait because I want that post to like get shot out and I want people immediately to start liking and commenting on it, because when you do that, Facebook then shoots it out to more people, because only about like 5% of your friends actually see your post. And as your post gets more engagement, meaning likes, comments, or clicks on links, then it goes out to more people. So timing is important. And that's why a good picture is important, because it's going to get more engagement, and the better the picture, the better the content, the more people are going to see it. All right, so let's talk about content. So the stuff that my group, that this Facebook training is really going really deep digging into, is that you really want to make sure that you are not only sharing your stories, but you're providing really value to your customers in your posts. And I know for me, like Rose and everybody else always said this, like provide value. All the top coaches say provide value, but for some reason, like, I don't know, it just never really clicked that much for me before. Like, what exactly does that mean, like provide value? Because I like to share my story and I like to share what I'm doing and I like to show up and show my consistency, and all of that stuff is great. But in order to bring it to the next level, in order to really want people to consistently want to come to your page and to see what you're doing and find value in you and decide that you're the right person to help them versus some other coach, is that when they see that you're giving them something that they can use in your life. So it kind of goes along with like free groups. But what I mean, for example, is instead of just posting a picture of your food, regularly providing the recipe for the food. If you're going to post a picture of, I don't know, your new favorite, this is funny because we all post this, right? Your new favorite coffee mug, right? Instead of just posting a picture about it, share where you got it so people can go get it themselves. So like, okay, I mean, I love coffee mug pictures, right? Because I'm like, I love them. But if someone actually told me where to get them, I would love it even more, because then I would be like, oh my gosh, yes, I need to go get that. Or what else? Anything, like something, you know, cute about your kids, like give value, like something that your kids just, I don't know, your kids have chapped lips and you found this like new like cream that really is helping. Share that, but share like what it is and where you got it. Like you're giving them value, not just showing like a cute picture of your kid. And trust me, I am a work in progress on this, so I'm only telling you what I've learned, because I'm really working on these myself now too, to not only just share, but to provide value. Let me see if I can give you another example. So, obviously, you know, your workouts. Okay, so this is a really good one, and I am the biggest offender of this. I've been doing tons of live workouts, right? They were at first getting tons of engagement, and then people stopped commenting and liking on them, probably because they're way too long, and probably because after a while, who really wants to watch me work out for 10 minutes? So I'm realizing like I'm not really giving them that much value by just showing them about me working out. Like I'm basically just saying, look at me, right? Instead, I'm going to, I start this training also teaches you how to do like these videos and stuff. So that video I created last night. So now I'm going to start creating these little videos with snippets of what I'm doing. Like that was from my T25 workout, but I just said, here's a quick little 5-minute cardio workout. And this is advanced. So don't necessarily look at it like you need to go start making videos. But what I'm saying is if you're going to make a video, just make a 30-second video and share part of your workout and say, here is an awesome little portion of my workout that you can do too. You know what I mean? So that's kind of like the really good stuff that I'm learning in my training right now. And I'm using that to apply in like my like page, but I'm putting everything on my personal page too. And you could do all of this on your regular pages too. What else? Yeah. Listen, there's nothing wrong with sharing this kind of stuff. Like I'm still going to do it on my personal page. A lot of this is geared towards, some of this is geared specifically towards a like page, because on a like page, people don't know you. So, you know, in order to get them to trust you, and even this, it still applies to your regular page, because if you guys are adding people to your Facebook page, your personal page, and they don't know you, you know, why are they going to pay attention to what you're doing? Like, yes, you might be inspiring. Yes, be motivational. Why should I join your group? Besides the fact that you're doing amazing, because you're giving them stuff, they're giving them value. You're giving them, showing them stuff for free. And so I would take this as like little steps at a time, just like here and there, try to add something in, or think about when you're doing your post, like how is someone getting value out of it? The guy said something on this call. He said, what can I teach? What can I preach? Or what am I working on now? And ask yourself those questions when you're doing your post. I liked that. So
It didn't work.
what else? Does anybody have any questions so far?
I'll say though, when am I on? Can you hear me? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like the other day when I had posted about using the lettuce to make the taco, then the next day I had a girl who I'm friends with, and she's kind of been like on the fence about joining since I started. She texted me a picture the next morning of like the lettuce wraps that she was bringing for lunch, and she was like so excited about them, and she's still not ready yet.
Yeah.
After that, it started a dialogue, and then she was like, well, maybe I need to join your group, blah, blah, blah. And we're still going on, and she's still not ready yet, but just that post kind of got her thinking of something she can do.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, and even just like exactly, it was also the way you worded that post that made it good, because you worded like you word it like as this is an alternative. You showed them an example of how you could eat it differently. Even you could have done the same thing and just showed a picture, but instead you gave like, you almost like it was value added. So that's exactly like why, and you'll see like how you'll start to get people, or even just asking, like I started getting like a lot of people just like randomly asking me help, like questions about stuff now, because I'm starting to share more value. Obviously I want them to join my groups, but eventually they'll join. All right. So what else? So next week, I'm not going to go a whole lot into your story, because we're going to talk about that, and I don't want to waste everyone's valuable time on their day off. But next week, we're going to be talking on the Team Arise call more about like your story. And this is going to be kind of like my challenge for you guys to really start digging into sharing more of your story and being a little bit more vulnerable in your posts. You know, because that's really where you're going to get people to not only just see everything that you're doing, but they're going to relate to what you went through and what you're going, you know, why this is helping you. And they're going to be able to, and this is the reason why. So on this training that I'm doing, they explained it in such a way that for the first time it actually made sense to me. He said that when someone tells a story, like when you watch a movie, you know, like a love drama, like someone falls in love, you know, like one of those like girly movies, I love them. But you know, they tell this story, like you can, like, what happens is you picture yourself, like he said the dopamine in your brain, I don't know if I'm saying the wrong part of your brain, but I think he said that the dopamine in your brain, which is like the pleasure center, it actually is kind of activated. And so what it does is it helps you actually like visualize yourself in that scenario. So when you hear this story that's really like crystal clear or just like really detailed, you can like almost hear it or feel it or see it or like smell what's going on. It activates part in your brain, so it gets you engaged, and then you can really relate to that person, and it actually causes you like it's like an actual mental connection that you make with that person. So there's like real science to like telling your story and why telling your story is actually important to somebody, because it's through social media that these people that you don't know, that you're not talking to in person, but they're reading, and they can actually, like, it creates an emotional mental response to someone when your story is really detailed and clear, or you're able to elicit emotion from people. So that's really like where the connections like start to evolve. And so it was really cool to like, for the first time in my training, like really hear it said that way. Like that's really why telling your story, why people get connected to your story. So that will be my next challenge for you guys, is to kind of start working on that a little bit more, but we'll go more into that in the team call. We're about 5 minutes before we're going to run out of time on this call. So does anybody have any questions? How's everyone doing with Team Cup? How you guys doing? So? I don't have any points yet either, but I'm like hustling like a mofo. I've got like 4 people that are like, I'm going to do it. I'm like, sign up. They're not signed up yet, but I mean, I'm hustling. I've got a lot of yeses. It just, nothing's happening yet. So,
when does the on-demand challenge pack end?
This month.
This month.
Yeah, I have no idea what the price is going to be after. So, definitely use that to your advantage this month. You know, to kind of help people. I feel like the end of the month is always kind of, I don't know, I'm an end of the month girl. Mm-hmm. So I try to like psych myself out of it, you know, but I always get a lot of stuff at the end of the month. So I'm really working to try to get at least, you know, half of my people by this month. And we have our group starting on the 13th. So I normally cut it off like this weekend, but since I do have people for this group, but they purchased last month, so I don't have any points from this month for this group. So I'll probably like let some extensions. Like if I can get people in by Tuesday, I'll probably still allow them to do the prep week without their program.
Yeah.
You know, but really, like if you go past Wednesday, they're going to get it late, and they're not going to be, you know, unless they've already like done the programs and they're just getting a package. Like someone like Dana, like for example, like if Dana ordered it on Wednesday or Thursday, I would say fine, you can come in, because she already knows what's a little bit. But if they've never done it, I wouldn't, wait till next month. And if you guys ever run into a situation where you have people that like aren't ready for prep week, but like you feel like you have a couple people and you want to do another group, just let's all reach out. I used to do that, but I'm trying not to do that because I want to just give a lot of really good value to the groups that we have one at a time. And I think that they're working. I mean, our group right now is really good. So we just got to keep it going. And I think as we keep adding more people that are valuable in there, it's going to just keep getting better.
Yeah.
Eventually,
I like it because you always need to have some new people, because obviously the new people are the most gung-ho about posting and everything. So the new people will always keep the old people, engaged.
Yep. Yeah, and I like that the older people in the groups, like they always like share stuff, they have more knowledge. So they like, Sandy doesn't post all the time, but Sandy like posts a lot of good stuff here and there, Yeah. So there's value for, I like it. I'm excited about doing the prep week separate and seeing how that goes. Yeah. So that's another thing we probably want to do is kind of sort out prep week. I am going to load a bunch of the content, like all the files and stuff that we have in the group now into the new prep week group, but we should make kind of like a schedule now that we have 4 of us in it to just kind of say what topic, so that we can go, I'll go in and I'll literally just going to go, I'll make a schedule and I'm going to just basically look at everything that we talked about last time and we'll talk about those topics again. Because the last prep week was really good. But so that we can maybe like vary it a little. So, it's more, like Tracy, you can participate more, and Lorene, you can participate more, and we'll just like share. And of course, if you have other topics that you want to cover, you can just go live in the group. We don't have to stick exactly to the schedule, but it just, so that way at least we cover the topics that are good, important. Cool?
Yeah.
All right. The call's about to cut off any minute, so thanks for jumping on. Have a great rest of your afternoon, and see you guys in the groups.
Bye.
Bye.